So, based off my interactions with the transplant coordinator, which is what you read at the beginning of this video, transplant's not looking too promising for me. Uh, it feels like a hopeless endeavor to try to go for transplant, considering that I might not see anything for years and years to come based off of what the coordinator had to say when I had written to her. It feels terrible because none of this is my fault. You know, it's not my fault that the system is broken and it just doesn't work properly to help everyone equally and in any sort of like expedited fashion. It kind of feels like nothing that I do matters at all as far as like transplant. None of the decisions that I've made, and every decision I've made as far as like dialysis, has been to like look good to transplant. And based off of what my coordinator has had to say, it doesn't really seem like, you know, it matters, which contradicts what like doctors and nurses tell me about how transplant works, right? There is this idea that, you know, younger patients are favorable to transplant. You know, patients that show clear signs of independence and that are driven and motivated are viewed at more favorably to transplant. Then you see something like this, and then that completely flies in the face of everything that you're told when they're telling you that, you know, transplant's about facts and figures and numbers and percentages and all this other stuff. So I feel like I don't really know what to do. It feels like you're running this marathon. Like they tell you to just run this grueling marathon, and they pass you the baton and they don't tell you when the marathon's going to be over. They just tell you to just keep running. And eventually, sometime, whenever, like when we feel like it, you know, you'll just get this random call in the middle of the night, because that's typically when like you get the call, is during the week in the middle of the night, because surgeons don't like working on weekends. And it's discouraging. It's very, very discouraging to you know, you're putting all your eggs in this basket, and then they just, well, we don't have anything for you. You know, you're working so hard and you're making all of these strides to be, you know, as ready as possible, and you know, you're just at the bottom of the list because there's hundreds of people ahead of you, because our system is just broken and smashed to pieces. We got to make you wait 6 years, almost 7 years. And that's not even a guarantee. That's just estimated time. Like, I might not even get the call ever, regardless of how good that I'm doing. However, I still am an advocate for transplant. I still believe that transplant is the best option for me. I'm still going to try my hardest to get a transplant, because I would rather take the risk of transplant than staying on dialysis. Like, I had this dream, you know, that I was going to get this transplant, you know, soon, and I was going to, you know, be able to pick my life back up and start over again. But it looks like that dream is not going to happen. They feed you this idea that you can get a call at any time, but that's bullshit. They're going to make you wait the maximum time. Or should I say, they're going to make me wait the maximum time, even though I know that there are individuals who have gotten on the transplant list after me, who have gotten transplants before me. And And none of this is my fault. It's not my fault that I was born African American and that they frown upon that. It's not my fault that I was born with O-type blood and they don't want to do anything for people with that type of blood type. All of these things that make me who I am are the exact things that are working against me when it comes to transplant. I am a universal donor. I can help everybody, but nobody can help me except other O-type organs. I would have this dream of just getting the call that magical call that everybody keeps talking about, but it looks like it's not going to happen this year or next year or the year after that. You know, to UNOS and UC Davis and CPMC and OPTN, it's like, oh, well, this guy can't, this guy is going to have to wait like damn near a decade to get a kidney, but who cares? What do you guys want to get for lunch? Chipotle or McDonald's? They make all these videos and they do all this polling and all these surveys and they talk about all this stuff that they're planning on doing. Oh, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. But it feels like they do like one kidney every year. Every 3 years they do a transplant. I'm saying that it feels that way to me. As somebody who has been a victim of racist policies by UC Davis and probably CPMC in San Francisco, but I wouldn't know because they don't call me back. It's challenging, if not impossible, to put your faith in a system that cares so little about you and that in just recent years have disqualified so many people because of the color of their skin, a whole race of people. And then they come up with this strategic plan and they're just like, hey, wait, here, trust us. We're trying to be better. And then they make you wait 6 years for a transplant. So I guess I'm done. Wishing for this and hoping for this in any sort of short amount of time or anytime soon. So I guess there's nothing that I can do. I'm one of the smallest pieces in this giant machine. Whether I get a transplant or not, that machine's just going to keep on rolling. They've created this narrative that, I say list, right? They say list, but really it's more like a pool, right? So there's a pool of O-type kidney patients in one pool, right? So when a kidney becomes available, they put that kidney in a pool and then they match it to supposedly everybody in the pool, right? But usually the first person that gets the match is usually the one that gets it. So there's this idea that, well, if the first person doesn't get it, then the next person does it. If it goes to the next person, it goes all down the line, right? But if there's hundreds of people ahead of me and a kidney comes into the pool and it matches to the first 10 people, right? The first person is always going to get chosen and the first person's usually white. So if there's 100 people ahead of me, there's no chance that I'm going to get this opportunity. It's just, I don't know. I'm done putting faith in this. I'm still going to try to get a kidney, but as far as my faith and my will to just really try real hard, it's broken. So I'll just have to keep waiting.